Next, why don't we start by going down to the bottom here and creating some boxes. Now these are going to be still images representing the video in this area. So let's go to the rectangle tool, and I'm set up with, now this point size is too large. I want to see if I can do point, there we go, 5, good, and then hit enter, good. So this is going to be a slightly gray with a black outline that's rather thin. I'll draw a box right there. Okay, that's my starting point. Now I don't want to have to do this for 10 windows here. So what I will do is I'm going to use a duplication trick. I'm going to go to the Move tool, and I'm going to hold down the Option key. Now in the Mac, it's this symbol here. So when you see this, Windows users, that really means the Alt key. Now I'm going to keep this button down. Notice my cursor now has this double arrow situation going on there. And what that means is that I can click and drag. And look what happens. Now it's a little off center. I mean, I can move it off center if I want to. I don't want to, but if I want to make sure that it stays on the same line, what I can do is hold down the Shift key, and that will make sure that it stays on the same line. It won't drift off. Okay, so I'm going to drop this here, and I'm going to keep on going there. So Option click, drag. I will also hold down the Shift key. There we go. Now, actually, that's not bad. I'll do that one more time. And in fact, this time I'll actually go longer than I need. So I've got a great big gap between this one and that one. Okay? And then I'll do one more that's right about the right place. In fact, maybe what I'll do, just to demonstrate this next thing, is that I will purposefully kind of get them off track. So these guys are going to be like way closer. They're kind of snapping together. That's due to this guy here, snap. It tries to put edges together and things of that nature. You'll feel this as you go along. And I'll push this one over a little bit more that way. Okay, so these are unevenly spaced. Okay, there's a really cool trick we can do here. What I'm going to do, so we've got these five rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll click on this one, and I will click on this one. And that was a shift click on that. So now that they're all highlighted, what I can do with this Move tool is I can use alignment and distribution tools. Now, these are all aligned on the same base, so I don't have to worry about these guys at all. But what I will do is distribute them evenly, and that's this one over here. That is Distribute Horizontal Centers. And what it does, well, I'll show you what it does first. So I'll click here, boom. And what it does is Photoshop looks at the objects that are selected, and it finds the ones that are the farthest ones on the right and on the left, and it takes all the other ones that are selected and then evenly spaces them out. Okay? Pretty easy, right? Let's take this another step. I'm going to duplicate this one here. Actually, I need to undo all these. There we go. So this one's selected, and I will duplicate this down here. That'll be my first one. Now I'm just going to kind of randomly kind of drag these out, doing the same trick I did before. And I'll put this one in the right place. What I'm going to do now is to align these things, and they're aligned up with these copies here. So I will shift click on these guys, and that should be all of these. Now I'm going to use the alignment tools as well as the distribution tools, and I believe this one will work here. This is the Align Vertical Centers. So now they're all in the same baseline. Actually, they're all along the same middle line. And then we'll use that same Distribute tool here, which is Distribute Horizontal Centers, and it does the same thing. Now, quite honestly, we could have also done this kind of a thing. We could have, since these are all copied or selected, I'll still use this. I could have just held down the Option and dragged all 5 of these down. But what was the fun of that?